next tutorials on JavaScript. In the previous lesson, I explained what is meant by variables. In today's lesson, we will move ahead diving into what is called data types. So today's lesson objective is 1, meaning of data types, 2, and the types of what? Data types. And then we will do a simple demonstration to show how all these things work together. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, based on my presentation I have here, when we say data type it can be saved into variable. So in the previous lesson I explained to you what is meant by variable. Variable is anything that is stored in memory of JavaScript. Okay, and let's take that one for now as a storage area. Okay, how you can store and retrieve your variables or data. Okay, so the next question is that what kind of data that we can save into our variables. Okay, and it says that data types is an important concept. Okay, so for example, if you want to store maybe all your users into a variable, or number of people, the amount of money you have, and you have to store this one new variable, what kind of data that you are going to store into that. Okay, so that is what we are going to do today. Okay, and it says that number 3 says that without data types, computer cannot safely solve problem correctly. Okay, this is theoretical. Now let's move on and see how we can go by that. And basically we have 8 types, but the most common ones that I have listed here are 1, number. Okay, it's a floating point numbers for decimals and integers. Okay, so this one talks about if you want to store only numbers. Okay, and numbers can be integer, float, or whatever. You get to know as you move on. So number, as the name implies, is used to what? To save numbers. And string is a sequence of characters used for text. Okay, so if you want to save, for example, name of students, or name of your employees, or person's name, that's what you call string, because string is different from a number. Okay, a text, anytime you want to save any data in the form of text, use what is called string. Okay, and number 3 is Boolean. Okay, the Boolean here is that, for example, if you have a switch, okay, and you want to on the light, it's either on or off. Okay, on or off. So here it only have true or false value. Okay, maybe we can say that, okay, is the person married, for example, true or false. Okay, and the next one is undefined. As the name implies, undefined is data type of variable that does not have a value yet. Okay, so undefined means that you have created the variable name, but you haven't assigned a value to that, so it is called undefined. And null, the last one is null, which means none exists. So now let's see how we explain this with code. Okay, so now the first one that we are going to talk about is called, so before that, as always I do, I always create the folders according to the lessons I teach. So this one is called data types. Okay, and let me, my index.html, sorry, and my JavaScript, always I do. So let me give some boilerplate for my HTML. Okay, so let me make this one title called data type. Okay, and maybe a heading to show that we are dealing with what? Data types. Okay, good. So let me connect my JavaScript using the script tag, and this tag is rsrc.app. Okay, good. So now let me close all my tabs for the previous lesson, and let me open the current one called data types. Okay, good. So let's see that whether our app has been connected to our HTML. So let me just console.log to test whether my JavaScript has been connected. So let me go to the console. Okay, so let me open this one. using the live server, right click, open with live server, okay. Or what you can do is you can right click and say if you don't want to use the live server, review in Finder and then double click using the browser. Okay, so I will use I'm not going to use the, what do you call it, the live server one. We want to refresh and get our code being updated. Okay, so as you see in my console that it has been connected, so we are good to go. So the first one we are going to talk about now is called numbers, okay, as my data type. So let me comment here and say, let me this one called number, okay. And so for example, I have a small note here. Let me show you how all these things come together. The simple definition of a number. Okay, so as you can see, the number type represents both integer and floating point numbers. There are many operations for number, example in multiplication, this sign, division, addition, this sign, subtraction, and so on. Okay, so let's see. As always, first of all, you have to first bring in your keyword called var. Okay, as soon as you bring var, JavaScript know that you're going to create what is called a variable. Okay, so let me call this one age and make it 23. You see, so this is what a number. Okay, so when we just let's console.log the age, we can see that, sorry, when you refresh it, and you can see that I have 23. Okay, so basically that's how we write numbers. Okay, and you can have decimal point. Let me say grade. Okay, maybe it's equal to 34 point, let me be high marks. This is 7.3. okay, and you can also say maybe amount owing. Okay, it can be negative, is equal to negative maybe $45. Okay, so basically that's how your numbers are constructed. Okay, so a single number, if anytime you want to save a number, we have to use what is called the number data type. But because as they always say that JavaScript is a dynamic type language, not like other programming language that you have to specify the type of data you want to create. Okay, because this one we didn't specify that it's a number, right? But behind the scene, JavaScript assumes that you want to say what is called a number data type, and it will do for you behind the scene. So anytime you write a string, you don't specify data type like my type is string or number or boolean. JavaScript will do that one for you correctly. Okay, good. So this is how all numbers work together, and it says that numbers have many operations. We will dive into that, but for now let's see how we can do that. So maybe add is equal to 4 plus 12. Okay, so let me, when I console.log add, you can see I have mine 16. Sorry, refresh it and you see I have mine 16 here. Okay, so that tells you that for numbers we can do these operations on that. Okay, the next one is a string. Okay, a string. So let me show you this note. A string, a summary of a string. You know, I will take time. I will have a section to treat numbers, okay, in JavaScript and a string. But since this is a demo class, I just want to give you a brief how we are talking about data types. Okay, not diving into strings and that's that. You have a main section for strings, numbers, and all these kind of what data types. Okay, so for string, let's see, a string in JavaScript must be surrounded by quotes. Okay, in JavaScript there are 3 types of quotes. We have double quotes, okay, like this, single quotes like this, and backticks. Okay, this is a new version that has been added, I think year 6 or year 5. Okay, so we can surround your string using these quotation marks. Okay, so let's see. So for example, if you want to say var my name, make a first name, okay, camel case, and let's say Ben. Okay, you see Now I've used what? Single quote, okay, and you can also use double quote, okay, double quote and say Ben. You can also use var, let me say first name 2, single quote, I would say Ben and Ben 2, sorry, let me make it Ben 2 that you see, and var first name 3. In this case I will use backtick, okay, same as Ben 3, okay. But for now I'm using prettier, so I want to convert all my single quote to double quote. Don't worry. So all these things are valid in JavaScript. Okay. So when you say console.log, the log first name 2, and first name 3. Okay, you can see that I have them here. Refresh it and you can see Ben 2, Ben 3. So you are not entitled to use only double quote or single quote, so you can prefer to use any of. But the advantage of the backtick is that we can inject our dynamic variables. We will dive into that, don't worry for now. So that is what we call string. Okay, this is just a demo, like a basic introduction to JavaScript. So this all these things form together to make you understand JavaScript. So everything I'm teaching you here is very important as you proceed to this journey of JavaScript. Okay. So next one we talk about is called Boolean. Okay. So Boolean, and this is a note I have here. Boolean, as the name implies, is a logical type. Okay. The Boolean type has only two values, true or false. So maybe you may not have clear understanding of Boolean for now, but just bear in mind that Boolean takes only two values, that is true or false. Okay, so I can say var the person had paid money, paid. I can say true, and I can see that next one is var married. Okay, and I can say false. Okay, so when you console.log both paid and married, you can see they are what, true or false. Refresh it and you can see true and false. Okay, that is Boolean, and this is very important to make logic in your code. But for now, we will not dive into more details about this concept. So for now, take it that Boolean takes only two values, true and false. Okay, so the next type we are going to talk about is called not a number. Okay, so let me give you this note, a dummy note I have here. So let's say talk about not a number, NaN. Normally you encounter this a lot, not a number. Okay, and this is associated to a computational error. It is result of an incorrect or an undefined mathematical operation. This is mostly occurs when you are trying to operate mathematical operation on string, especially division. Okay, so all what this one is saying is that not a number is also what data type in JavaScript. You will encounter this a lot. Sometimes you have to calculations and the results will tell you NaN, which means not a number, and ask yourself what happened. So if this happens, it means that maybe your operation that you're doing on certain data type is incorrect. It will give you what, a computational error. So let's see how this one works. Okay. Basically, let's say that var, let me give you this add again. Let me say add to variable, it can be anything. Okay, and I want to add this. Sorry. Okay, let me make it divide. Okay, so that I want to divide my country, which is my string, by 2. If in logic, this one doesn't make sense. Okay, I want to show you how we can get not a number value. So you can see that you are dividing a string with a number, and basically it doesn't make sense. So it gives you not a number. Let's see, when you console.log divide, okay, and then you go to your code, refresh it, and you can see it's NaN, not a number. Okay, but the most weird thing is that now let's do the addition. When you say var add, let me say I want to add let me say that name, right? What should I use? Let me say font. Sorry, I want to add font and then class what is called 4 or 3. Okay, now when you console log add, okay, let's see what happened. Yeah, it gives you some weird thing. It gave you font 3. And this one is possible because of the concept called type coercion. Okay, and I'll have time for that type coercion. How JavaScript able to convert this one to numbers, able to combine them together because of the plus sign. But plus sign in JavaScript is also important thing to know about the concept called concatenation. Okay, so it means that we are adding this to form a string and a number which is plus. So what this code means that we call something concatenation. I'll have time for that. So it's trying to combine these two, but behind the scene it tries to convert maybe a number to a string able to combine together or whatever. So this because of what? Type coercion and string concatenation. Okay. So for now, assuming that take it that anytime you get not a number, it means you are doing wrong operation on certain data types. Okay. And I think the next one you talk about is called nar. Okay, so I don't want to have more console log in mind. So nar is just a special value which represents nothing, empty or value unknown. Okay, this also you also encounter this a lot in your code. Sometimes you want to fetch a result or some data from external store like a server, and at the end you got this called nar. Okay, or you are trying to perform some operations on certain data types, and at the end you got this called nar. So it clearly tells you that a nar is just a special word, okay, nothing, empty. So anytime you declare your variable without a value, that variable is what? Nar, because there is no value for that. Okay, nothing. So now let's say that var, I'll say salary, okay, and it's equal to nar. Okay, basically nar is also used to make some logical statement. Okay, so anytime you are trying to fetch data from a external source and you get nar, it doesn't exist or it's empty. Okay, so now when you console log salary, you can see that I have what is called nar in my console. Okay, so just don't be worried about this type for now. It will become more clear as you proceed on. So the last of the cake, last but one, or the next one is what is called undefined. Okay, so undefined meaning a value is not assigned. If a variable is declared but not assigned, then its value is undefined. Okay, so undefined means that it's almost equally as nar, but for undefined we can implicitly do it. Okay, we can say that, okay, wow, let's declare a variable without a value. Okay, so let's say that I'll declare a school name. Okay, and like this I have finished declaring my variable. Okay, but no value. So when you console.log and say school name, okay, let's see what we have here to give you undefined. Okay, because we have declared the variable without any value. Okay, and the next one is called objects. Okay, this is a huge topic in JavaScript, so I don't want to talk about it for now. But anytime you want to save a complex data structure, you need what is called objects. Okay, for example, right now in our code we can only store only one variable. Okay, so for example, if you want to deal with a person, first name, last name, age, and whatever, you need a special data type called object. So don't worry, we have a special lesson on object. Okay, and assuming that you want to know the kind of data type that returns from your code, let's see. And we have a special function called type of. Okay, type this one, type of. This is used to check the type of data type. Okay, so for example, when let's, okay, the log and say type of let me say Ben. Okay, Ben is a string, so it type of returns the data type of the value. Okay, so when you console log and see, it will give us a string. Okay, refresh and give a string because now Ben here is a string. Next one, we can check for number. Let me say type of, let me say 34, and it's what, a number, right? So let's see, gives a number. And console.log, let's try for type of true, which is a boolean, right? So let's say it's a boolean. Good. And the next one, let's check for console.log and type of what, undefined. It gives you undefined, right? So let's see, undefined. And let's check last for nar. So the type of function or method is also help us to make some logic in our code. So for now, take it as it's used only to check the kind of data type or value is holding object. Okay, good. So basically that's how we handle data types in JavaScript. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching.